This week marked 1 month since Rachel Morin was killed while on the Ma and Pa Trail here in Bel Air.
The search for a missing woman in Harford County came to a tragic end earlier today when neighbors found her body at a local trail in Bel Air.
Well, we firmly believe this is the body of Rachel Morin.
The sheriff says investigators have no doubt that this is a homicide.
Currently, there are 10 investigators assigned to our Criminal Investigations Division. These detectives, along with forensic investigators and crime analysts, have been scouring every detail of the days, hours, minutes, and seconds before Rachel died.
On August 5th, Rachel Morin went on a hiking trail but never returned home. On August 6th, the body was discovered near the area, and the case then went from a missing persons investigation to a homicide investigation. How did she die, and who was behind it? Only time would tell. The Harford County Sheriff's Office says that Rachel Morin, a 37-year-old mother of 5, went for a walk on the Ma and Pa Trail in Bel Air on August 5th and did not come back. Her boyfriend reported her missing that night. The next morning, her lifeless body was found close to the trail and identified by police.
Well, we firmly believe this is the body of Rachel.
Later, the Maryland police announced that Rachel Morin had been the victim of a homicide.
The sheriff says investigators have no doubt that this is a homicide.
On August 9th, Harford County Sheriff Jeffrey R. Galler revealed this terrible news. Her car was discovered at the Trail Williams Street opening. Even though the investigation is still going on, no one has been arrested. The case has gotten a lot of attention, and people have sent in more than 100 tips. The police are determined to find the person who killed Morin. Maybe that'll bring the family some peace. What happened to Rachel Morin? Rachel Morin lost her life tragically on a hiking trail under disturbing circumstances. Along the Ma and Pa Heritage Trail in Bel Air, Maryland, her body was discovered in a drain hole. The Harford County Sheriff's Office questioned Gabrielski's first-hand story of what happened at the crime scene, but they did confirm that Rachel's death was not an accident. According to the severity of her injuries, she died because of violent actions, but the official cause of her death has not been released. Residents Michael Gabrielski and his daughter were friends with Rachel, so he helped with the search and called the police when her body was found in a drain in a tunnel on the Ma and Pa Trail in Maryland. Michael Gabrielski, who was there when the body was found, says that Rachel's body was found naked and with serious head injuries. She had scars on her face, and it looked like her right side had been badly hurt.
The call came in from Michael Gabrielski, who says he joined the search after hearing about Rachel's disappearance. He and his daughter and a friend found Rachel's body in a drain.
And I kept telling them to search the tunnels because I had a feeling about those tunnels. And I walked forward to search the one tunnel, and they searched the one, and that's where they found her.
The disturbing nature of the discovery led police to launch a homicide inquiry ahead of the body's official identification. A video posted to the Harford County Sheriff's Facebook page on August 10th by Galler says that Morin's case had 10 officers working on it. Along with crime analysts and forensic agents, they worked around the clock to figure out the hours, minutes, and seconds that led up to her death.
Currently, there are 10 investigators assigned to our Criminal Investigations Division. These detectives, along with forensic investigators and crime analysts, have been scouring every detail of the days, hours, minutes, and seconds before Rachel died.
The DNA evidence. Chief Deputy for the Harford County Sheriff's Office named Colonel William Davis said that DNA from the crime scene was checked against a database kept by the Maryland State Police. The DNA matched things found at the scene of a home invasion in Los Angeles in March, where a young girl was assaulted. Video captured by a doorbell and shared on the Harford County Sheriff's social media account shows a man who appears to be shirtless and is carrying what looks like another article of clothing as he exits the home. The suspect's name is unknown to the public. It has been speculated that he is a Hispanic man in his 20s, measuring 5 feet 9 inches and 160 pounds. The footage shows that he has a strong physique and dark hair, though his actual haircut may be different. The police think this person may be linked to other violent crimes in other states. "We think it was a random act of violence by someone Rachel didn't know. All we know about him is that he was in LA in March when the crime happened, and here in August, and we believe he is the person who killed Rachel Morin." Even though the unknown man is their main suspect, Galler said they haven't ruled anyone else out. Suspect in the Rachel Morin murder case. Rachel posted pictures of herself and her new boyfriend, Richard, just days before she went missing and murdered. A post on August 3rd on Morin's Facebook page says that she has been seeing Richard Tobin for a while now. Morin also marked them as a couple on August 1st when she updated her Facebook status. She wrote, "Just started taking pictures a few weeks ago, but these are some of my favorites," and attached 2 smiley faces. It goes from the beach to the mountains. Her new boyfriend said on social media that he had nothing to do with her death, even though he had a criminal record. "I love Rachel," he said. "I would never hurt her. Please let my family and I mourn. I do have a past, but I have been sober for 15 months now, and I have changed." Tobin had been arrested 14 times since 2014 for a wide range of crimes, such as selling drugs, assault, disorderly behavior, and refusing to be arrested. 2 arrests for criminal second-degree assault, violating restraining orders, drug possession, and malicious damage of property are among his many criminal records. On top of that, Tobin has a history of driving violations, being a fugitive from justice, resisting arrest, being drunk and violent, and other offenses. Because so many people had asked, the sheriff said, yes, they did interview Rachel's boyfriend and many other close friends and family of Rachel.
He was the initial complainant. Rachel's boyfriend was the complainant who reported the missing person, so obviously our personnel have spoken with him.
Rachel's killer could have been someone who came to learn that routine and knew where she might be at that time. Or it could have been a random person, Galler said. He said the victim was active and it wasn't unusual for her to be out. According to the sheriff's office, detectives had found and contacted 5 people who were walking their dogs on the trail between 6 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. on the night that Morin went to the trail and may have been among the last people to see her living. Family of Rachel Morin. Rachel Morin had 5 kids ages 8 to 18 and each one had a different father. All 5 of her kids have had their worlds turned upside down, Matthew McMahon, Rachel's oldest kid, said. They lost their mother and they are no longer together. They are split up between 3 separate dads. Also, Morin's sister Rebecca has set up a GoFundMe page to get money for her funeral and a large celebration of life. She wrote, "There was no life insurance in place. This was not an accidental death, and she did not go willingly, and she deserves a funeral worthy of her beauty. If there are any remaining funds, they will go towards things her 5 children may need," she said. About $28,000 of the $50,000 goal has been raised so far. The family also planned a memorial walk on the Ma and Pa Trail for August 19th in the morning, so we can grieve the tragic loss of a woman who was so full of life, Rebecca wrote on Facebook. A vigil was held for Rachel at the place where she was last seen. On social media, Morin's family showed even more appreciation. Her sister shared a message from their mom, showing her gratitude.
I just want people to remember how amazing she was. Tell us a little bit about Rachel, Rebecca.
Well, I can tell you that the thing that people noticed the most about her was her smile and her laugh. She had a great sense of humor. She was so much fun to be around.
Morin's family also started an internet campaign in Spanish because they found out that some Latinos in Harford County didn't know she had died. The site has information about Morin's death and how to get in touch with the police if you have any information. What will happen next with the Rachel Morin case? After almost 2 months, Harford County Sheriff Jeff Galler said the case is still not over. His officers have looked into more than 1,000 tips.
One of the new questions being asked is this a cold case? Absolutely not, and far from it. We are still receiving the results of technological and scientific evidence and following up on new leads.
Last week, the reward was doubled by the law company Rice Murthosaurus to $20,000. Then, an unknown woman from Bel Air gave another $10,000. The bounty has been raised to $30,000 now. We hope to get some momentum with this extra reward, said McMahon.
They're doing the best that they can. They're delighted to hear that the reward has been increased. The only thing that any of them really want is to have this suspect apprehended.
Gallagher gave a statement that the path where the body was found was always known to be a pretty safe place. He also said that the trail would be reopened, but he couldn't say for sure that there was no longer a threat to the community. Still, he warned people to be careful when wearing earbuds and going on walks in predictable routines. He also suggested going on the trails with a friend or maybe a whistle. He also said that there would be more cops in the area while the case is still being looked into. The Harford County Sheriff's Office wants anyone who knows anything about the murder of Rachel Morin to call them. The police told anyone who knew anything about the case to come forward, but they also told people to be careful when talking about it in public, especially online. Let's hope that police will be able to find the suspect and bring a sense of closure to the grieving family. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay safe out there.